In a quiet village surrounded by rolling hills and whispering pines, there lived a Zen master named Hiroshi. His words were few, but they carried a weight that left a lasting impression on everyone who heard them. Villagers often sought his guidance, and one day, a young man named Daiki arrived at the monastery with a troubled heart. "Master Hiroshi," Daiki began, bowing deeply, "I am quick to speak, but often regret my words. They have hurt others and caused me much pain. How can I learn to use my words wisely?" Hiroshi studied the young man for a moment, then nodded. "Come with me," he said. The test of the feather Hiroshi led Daiki to the top of a hill where the wind blew gently. He handed Daiki a small bag of feathers. "Scatter these feathers into the wind," Hiroshi instructed. Confused but obedient, Daiki opened the bag and let the feathers fly. They danced and twirled, carried away by the breeze, disappearing into the distance. "Now," Hiroshi said, "gather them all and bring them back." Daiki looked at him, startled. "Master, that is impossible. The wind has taken them far and wide." Hiroshi nodded solemnly. "Such are your words, Daiki. Once spoken, they cannot be retrieved. They travel beyond your reach, carrying your intentions with them. If your words are careless, they can cause harm you may never undo. Speak with care, for your words have power." The lesson of the stone and the ripple Hiroshi then led Daiki to a tranquil pond. He handed him a small stone and said, "Throw this into the water." Daiki did as he was told, watching as ripples spread across the surface, reaching the far edges of the pond. "Your words are like this stone," Hiroshi explained. "They create ripples that touch others in ways you may not see. A kind word can bring peace, just as an unkind word can stir turmoil. Choose your words as carefully as you would choose where to cast a stone." The power of silence. They sat by the pond in silence for a while before Hiroshi spoke again. Silence, too, is a form of wisdom. Not every thought needs to be spoken, and not every situation demands your voice. Like the stillness of this pond, silence can bring clarity. "But Master," Daiki asked, "how do I know when to speak and when to stay silent?" Hiroshi smiled. "When you are unsure, ask yourself these 3 questions. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? If your words do not pass these tests, it is better to remain silent." The story of the bamboo flute. To end the lesson, Hiroshi handed Daiki a simple bamboo flute. "Play this," he said. Daiki hesitated. "I don't know how." "Then listen," Hiroshi replied, and he played a single clear note. The sound resonated through the hills, filling the air with a serene melody. "This flute," Hiroshi said, "produces beautiful music only because it is hollow. In the same way, your words will carry wisdom if your heart is empty of ego and full of intention. Speak not to impress, but to express truth and kindness." The transformation. Daiki returned to the village, his heart lighter and his mind clearer. He began to weigh his words carefully, remembering the feathers, the ripples, and the flute. Over time, people noticed the change in him. His words became a source of comfort, inspiration, and strength. Where once he had caused pain, he now spread understanding and peace. One day, a child in the village asked him, "Why do people listen to you so closely?" Daiki smiled and replied, "Because I have learned that words, like seeds, grow where they fall. I speak only those that will bear good fruit." And so, the wisdom of Master Hiroshi lived on, carried by the words of those who had learned to use them wisely.